All right, so y'all are going to be working on your Unit 2 review today. So I'm going to do a couple questions, and then the second set of questions are going to be for you to do. If I were you, I would pause the video and work through the questions. So on number 1, it says the graph of g of x shown below was obtained by transforming the graph of f of x, absolute value of x. So this is your parent function, which are on the wall and you should have had them memorized. So your parent function of the absolute value looks like that. So I want to know what the transformations are and the equation for g. So the first thing is that I can see that my vertex point got shifted up 1. And then I also see that it got flipped upside down, and so that's called a reflection. And it looks like the slope has changed. So if you find 2 points on your line, 2 points on your line, and then look at your rise over run. So it rose 2 and it run 1. So your A value is going to be a 2 over 1. And then because of the reflection, we're going to make it negative. So when you write your equation for g, remember your A goes in the front, your left-right shifts go on the inside, and your up-down shifts go on the outside. So your A value, the negative 2 over 1, is going to go in the very, very front in front of the bars. You don't really need the over 1, it's understood, but if you want to put it, you can. Then I have an X. Now I didn't shift left or right any, so I'm not going to put anything in the C spot. I'm just going to close the bars. And then in the D spot, that's the up down, so I'm going to put plus 1. So that's what I'm looking for an equation. And then this is what, oh, and then this is a stretch. I forgot the stretch. And that's what I'm looking for the transformations. So the stretch is because it's a 2, because it's stretching by 2. All right, let's try another one of those guys. All right, so on this one, I can see that my vertex point went right 3 and down 2. And then I'm going to check my slope. So I got this point, and I'm going to find this point right here, another point on my line. I rose 1 and I ran 3. So my A is going to be 1 over 3. Because it's a fraction, it's less than 1, that's going to be a compress. And it's going to stay positive because my V is facing upward, it's not facing downward. All right, so then when I write my equation, the 1/3 is going to go in the front. The right left is going to go inside, and right is minus. And then the down is going to go on the outside, so minus 2. Okay, so if I were you, I would pause the video and I would do the next 2 questions yourself. Number 3 says, the graph of g of x was obtained by horizontally compressing. Let's pretend like the horizontal's not there. That's my bad, I meant to take that off. That's supposed to say vertical. Vertically compressing the graph by a factor of 1/2, shifting the graph down 4 units. So it's giving you the translations, and it wants you to write an equation in equation form and function notation and graph it. So compressions, that's going to go in the A spot. So I'm going to put 1/2 in the A spot. All right, so we have compressing by 1/2 and down 4. So no left-right shifts. And then down 4 is going to be minus 4. Function notation is this exact same thing, but instead of the bars, you're going to put F with parentheses. The minus 4 is still on the outside. The 1/2 is still on the inside. Okay, so then to graph it, we're going to go down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we are going to rise 1 and run 2. Rise 1, run 2. All right. All right, number 4 is the same way. we are vertically stretched by a factor of 4. Then we went left 1, down 6. All right, so stretches go in the front, so 4 is going to go in the front. Left's right go on the inside, so I'm going to put plus 1 on the inside, and then minus 6, down 6 on the outside. Putting it in function notation, the 4 is still in the front. Just change the bars to f with parentheses, x plus 1 still on the inside, and then minus 6.